The remarkable journey of a Notre Dame football icon is not just a tale of triumph. It also reveals the heavy toll that success can exact on an individual. Frank Leahy, A Dual Legacy of Glory and Sacrifice. In his new book, American Coach, The Triumph and Tragedy of Notre Dame legend Frank Leahy, author Ivan Maisel delves into the life of Frank Leahy, a man who epitomized the hard-working, devoted Irish Catholic spirit of his immigrant ancestors. He achieved greatness on one of the most prestigious platforms available to American Catholics during his era. However, the victories that Leahy brought to Notre Dame came at a significant personal cost. Maisel, a seasoned college football journalist, meticulously chronicles Leahy's impressive coaching career, which included more national championships and undefeated seasons at the University of Notre Dame than even his famed mentor, Knute Rockne, who tragically passed away in a plane crash in 1931. Yet the very methods that led to Leahy's success may have contributed to his status as one of college football's most overlooked legendary coaches. His relentless work ethic, often bordering on obsession, took a toll on his family, his legacy, and ultimately on himself. Maisel provides a thoughtful yet critical perspective in American Coach, guiding readers through Leahy's formative years spent in the plains of Nebraska and South Dakota. It was here that he developed a fierce determination to prove his classmates wrong and made early commitments to his siblings, laying the groundwork for his future achievements and instilling in him a willingness to outwork everyone around him. The narrative unfolds as Maisel recounts Leahy's initial coaching stint at Boston College from 1939 to 1940, where he mentored future legends like Vince Lombardi and John Wooden. He nearly transformed Jack Kerouac into a Boston College Eagle with aspirations of playing professionally instead of becoming a celebrated writer. Under Leahy's guidance, Boston College evolved into an undefeated national powerhouse, setting the stage for his eventual move to Notre Dame in 1941. Maisel is careful to highlight the moments where reality and myth diverge, particularly regarding Leahy's controversial decision to leave Boston College for Notre Dame and his somewhat ambiguous resignation from the Fighting Irish. Throughout the book, readers are treated to numerous anecdotes illustrating how Leahy dedicated every waking moment, often at the expense of his health and family, strategizing game plans and motivational techniques for the young athletes who came to South Bend, Indiana. While other coaches focused on recruitment, Leahy was selective, often cutting players who would later become Pro Football Hall of Famers. He instilled in his recruits a fundamental belief that hard work was the only path to success, leading his players to joke that spring practice should start in December and conclude in August. Unlike many of his contemporaries who cultivated relationships with the media and prioritized publicity, the introverted Leahy remained singularly focused on football, a choice that sometimes worked against him. However, on the field, the results spoke for themselves. Over the course of 107 games at both Boston College and Notre Dame, Leahy, a man who despised losing, transformed his teams into champions. His career included a remarkable 39-game unbeaten streak and 6 undefeated seasons, all while he juggled the demands of coaching with his service in the Navy and battled chronic exhaustion, even being hospitalized for pancreatitis during a game. Maisel also documents Leahy's evolution as a coach, noting his willingness to adapt his often authoritarian style, especially when working with veterans who had faced the horrors of war. He also gradually became an advocate for his few black players, showcasing a significant shift in his approach. The book captures the tension between Leahy's relentless pursuit of victory and the personal sacrifices he made, culminating in a gripping account of the 1946 game of the century between Notre Dame and Army at Yankee Stadium. This match, which lived up to its hype, symbolized the intersection of faith and patriotism, with the entire nation watching. Maisel's portrayal of Leahy's emotional turmoil in the locker room post-game reveals the obsessive nature of his life and the steep price he paid for success. Leahy's Fighting Irish represented a visible symbol of Catholic achievement during a time of rapid growth for the Church in America. Yet, as Maisel poignantly illustrates, this success came at a significant cost. Leahy's health deteriorated, his wife's mental well-being suffered, and his relationships with his 8 children were strained. As Notre Dame's leadership sought to elevate its academic standards to match its athletic prowess, Leahy's coaching career ultimately bore the brunt of these pressures, leading to a tragic physical decline. Through it all, American Coach juxtaposes Leahy's personal struggles with an undeniable record of success. Maisel's compelling evidence suggests that the legacy of Frank Leahy deserves a more prominent place in the annals of college football history, alongside icons like Rockne, Bear Bryant, and Nick Saban. But here's where it gets controversial. Was the price Leahy paid for his success worth it? Did his obsessive dedication to football overshadow the more important aspects of life? As you reflect on Leahy's story, we invite you to share your thoughts. Do you believe that the sacrifices made by coaches like Leahy are justified in the pursuit of greatness? Join the conversation in the comments.